Everybody, we're going to do a check-in. This will be part 3 to the coronavirus. We're going to see what energies is going on around it now. Um, and we are going to look at the conflict and see if we can get some insight on what's to come. So I felt like it is what it is. That's how I felt, like accept it. This is the first time I ever felt the virus feeling like a person. It feels like a person now. At first, it was like a it, and it was a thing, and it was invisible. It was that, but now it feels like a person to me. It feels like it feels like the friend who becomes the cousin of the family. Like they family now. That's how this virus feels to me. Like we family now. I ain't going nowhere. Um, that was kind of shocking in a way. A very strong approach, but that's what I felt. It was like a thorn in our side. It felt like I'm here. I'm here to stay. I'm not going nowhere. We might as well get to know each other. We might as well get to we might as well learn how to live together. That's how that feel. It almost felt like it was around, or it's around to keep order, to keep the fear, to keep the anxiety, to keep the order, to keep humbleness. It could be light or dark. It depends on how you swallow it. It depends on who you are. It depends on your perspective. At this point, it's all about what you think. What do you think of the coronavirus? What do you think of me? That's the type of feeling that I was getting. Like it had took on an actual person energy. Yeah. First time I ever felt it like that. So it's about how you feel. Yeah. How you feel, how you live. Who are you? What are your beliefs? What do you stand for? Are you strong? Are you weak? How do you want to deal with me? That's the type of feeling that I'm getting right now. Like the virus is actually speaking to us now. Like, how you want to live with me? How you want to deal with me? You going to fear me? Or you going to be humble because of me? You're going to be careful? You're going to be more caution because of me? It's up to us on how we deal with it now. Because it ain't going nowhere. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, sure did. I heard the word cousin, and I think that's just to show me um, a cousin could be anybody. Like, I've been around so long now. You might as well call me cousin. So, when it comes to the coronavirus at this time, it has set a foundation, and it has anchored itself in the world. This is not countries, this is still world. It's very clear about that. This is still a world situation. Forget what they say. This is still a world situation. It's a universal situation. It's a universal approach. I've been here so long. You might as well call me family. You might as well call me cousin. How are you going to react with me? It's not about the other way around. How are you going to react with me? That's where we at now. This virus has made an anchor here, and laid a foundation, and cut out a foundation here. Definitely has. It's grounded here. We can see it clearly, which bothers me a little bit because I don't see it at the same time. Maybe we can see that it's here. It's attached. It's here. This is the virus. This is here. I think that's what we need to see about it. That it's no longer a secret that this thing is here. It's anchored here. It's a part of our foundation now. And it's strong. That's what you need to know about it. The strength is still there. It hasn't it hasn't lost its power. It hasn't lost its strength. It's still as strong today as it was day one. Now you know that it's here and it has a foundation here. It found its home here. That's what we need to know. I could only be honest. We need to understand that it is here and it's a part of us. It's a part of the world. It's created a foundation here. And now we know that. That's what's been revealed to us with this part 3. The revelation of the foundation and the groundness of this virus. What we need to know as well is that it's still strong. It hasn't weakened it, not one bit. Let's take a look at that a little bit more. Wow. Wow. Still strong. Still strong as day one. Why couldn't we need to be told this? If you think about it, think about the opposite of this. I'm basically giving messages on the virus, and the virus is letting us know that it's still here. And it doesn't need to tell us that, but that's what it's saying. And also want to let us know it's still strong as it was of day one. But at the same time, it's been abandoning people. It's been leaving. So it's still strong. But the fact remains that it is pulling away. But it's not going anywhere. This makes me feel like I'm leaving areas. I'm not going over certain people's houses. I'm taking a rest. But I'm still strong. But I'm taking a rest. Why are you taking a rest? Why is the virus taking a rest? Why is the virus leaving some people? Is that a fake healing? That's what I'm getting right now. It pronounces itself. It announces itself and says, I'm here. I'm strong as day one. But I am abandoning some of you. I am leaving some of you. I am actually taking some rest. Why? The only reason why I will say why is because that makes no sense. That feels sneaky to me. It feels a little trickery. Like you just told me how big and bad you was and how much strength you had from day one. And now I know it. Now you know that I know it. But at the same time, you finna take a little rest. Why? Yeah, it's being conflicted. This rest is about being conflicted, causing conflict. Oh, I did my part. Okay. So it feels like this virus is going into break mode. It's taking a break. I can't say ending because I don't feel in, but I do feel like the virus is going into a break mode, going into a break, going into a pause, stepping out of the first line of defense or offense and going back to the third or fourth line. I feel like the virus is bagging back because whatever conflict, self-conflict, whatever the conflict that has been created by the virus, it did its part. Enough of this virus has been happening to cause the conflict it was meant to happen. Let's see what else. I see sadness, disappointment, and pain. I see aftermath, emotional aftermath of what has been caused. Now see, I knew what I was talking about. Oh, I didn't know. I heard what Spirit said. I heard that. I saw that. Okay, just so let me tell you what I'm seeing. I see I'll be back. That's what I see. I'm sorry. Who I'm sorry for? What the hell I'm saying sorry for? It's not me. I see a I'll be back. I see a leaving of this. I see it leaving us and going into a rest, not an end. Because the conflict and the desires, because of the conflict and the mayhem that it has caused, it did its part. So this virus goes into a rest. And then the emotional part begins to, it's time for the disappointment. It's time for the emotional part. It's time for the water energies to take place. It's time for the sadness. It's time for the reflection. And after that, it's a new world of it. Serious. It comes back. Feel a new world over it. I feel a new world of this. I feel a new phase of this. We're about to get a break from it and it's about to come back. My God. Yeah. Burdens, disappointment. Let me see. I'm going to ask that question separately at the end as well. I will ask it again. I just saw two waves. Well, maybe I didn't see two. I just saw another wave sprouting up. Communication of it coming back. Burdens of it returning. Okay, so I'll stop right there. At the end, I would do the question by itself. Will it return? That's going to be the question that I'm going to come back with. Hopefully I remember. If not, we'll get close to the question. But let me tell you a summary of what I see. The energy surrounding the coronavirus, it is stable. It has a foundation here. The virus is here. It is anchored here. It is a cornerstone. It's a part of life now. It's a part of the family. It's a part of us. This is the life with it. And it's been revealed to us. We all know that it's here to stay. We all know that it's here. It's still as strong as it was in day one, which amazes me because I have here showing me all this strength, saying how strong it is, and it hasn't lost its power. But I also see it moving away, separating, taking a rest, abandoning us. So it doesn't lose its power, it changes its location. But if it's a world thing, what's the next location? It actually moves away. This reminds me of a scripture in the Bible. It's a story that talks about Jesus walking upon the earth, and these demons are called out. He called out to these demons, and they did not want to be destroyed. They did not want to end. They was fearful that Jesus was even approaching them, because it's like it's not time yet to deal with our situation. And it's like, Jesus, why are you talking to us so early? Did you come for me now? Look it up. It's amazing. And they asked not to be destroyed, and they asked to go inside of the pigs. Wow. Wow. That touched me. They asked to go inside of the swine, the herd. They asked to go in there so they couldn't be destroyed. And when they entered inside of the swine and the pigs, and those pigs ran over the cliff and went into the sea. But we know they didn't die. They went away from the people. It actually says that in scripture. Read that. Check that out. Even if you guys don't believe, just look at it for reference. Look at it to understand what I'm talking about. If you don't practice it or read it or whatever. But when those swines went over the cliff, it was so that they can get away from the people, away from the camp, away from the tent, away from the livestock that they own. They needed to get away from those people, the people of the land. And that's how this makes me feel as I try to describe it. Because this virus abandons us. Possible Leo season. Very possible Leo season. It runs away from the people. It abandons us, and it takes a rest. And we deal with the aftermath of the conflict. We deal with the emotional part of what it caused, the disappointment and pain and hurt. We deal with our empathy, sympathy, compassion, passion. We deal with our water energy once it goes over the cliff. Oh, but we know, just because spirits are in animals and it goes over the cliff, that does not mean that it's destroyed. And that's what this virus wants us to know. I am not destroyed. I am here. I am strong. I am still as powerful as day one. I will separate. And with this world here, it looks like it will return. And when I return with more burdens. And you will communicate about me that I have arrived again. It's a possible ending in Leo season. And it's a renewal. It looks like a renewal of it to me. And I said I wasn't going to dig into it. I was going to come back at the end and do one question on it. All right, there you have it. I'm not changing it. That's what it is. What is the conflict of this virus? It is so connected to our foundation. It's so connected to the world. It's connected to who we are, who we think we are, who we want to be. It's connected to our family. It's connected to our money. It's connected to what? Life. Life. It's connected to life right now. And it's causing so much change and so much death. That's the conflict of it. So much change, so much death. And it's connected to every area of our life. Even if you have it or not. That's the conflict of this thing. It's changing our passion. It's changing us. Yeah. And we see it and we know it. It's changing us. And even spiritually, it's changing us. But the conflict is all about the connection it has to us, the death that it's causing in us, mind, body, and soul. Yeah. It's causing us to have something else to heal from. It's causing us to deal with past behaviors, past strength, past self-control, whatever unhealthy behaviors you had before. It's causing us to look at it and deal with it. It's causing us to deal with old traumas. It's bringing up, it's vomiting up, it's bringing up, it's making us look at who we were. Just telling someone else, oh, that was the other video. Will never be the same again. Let's see. Yeah, it's causing us to make new decisions. It's causing us to heal. It's causing us to release past trauma. It's causing us to look at old towers as nothing. It's causing us to let go and release the old towers in our life because we got bigger fish to fry today. It's causing us to deal with the old towers that happened before. It's causing us to make a decision to release them, to let them go. You don't hurt for those things the way you used to. It's causing us to cleanse. We all been saying that from day one. That's one thing we've been having in common. And it's causing us to do that. How is that a conflict? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay. This is all about water. We going into the stages of water, the stages of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Yeah, the conflict of release, the conflict of cleansing, the conflict of death, the conflict of change, the conflict of this thing being so connected to us. That conflict is causing us to, this is our mental issues, this is our suicides, this is our drug abuse, this is our sexual abuse, this is physical abuse, this is dealing with the emotions and, oh yeah, the mind, the lust, the temptations. This is how do you cope? I just heard Justin Bieber. I think that's his song. How do you breathe? Might want to listen to that. Being in this place, the biggest conflict is causing us to see how we want to survive. What's your survival mode? That's what's conflict is. Conflicting on how you want to survive. What's your vices? Be very careful right up in here to us all. What's your vices? How you want to survive? You want to go cold turkey? Or you want to pick up a new issue? You want to do things you've never done before? We about to feel it now. We're coming out of the shock. You're about to feel the old things, the old pain, the old trauma. It's almost like it's canceled out and being healed. And now it's like because of that, what are you going to do with these emotions? Did you learn how to process hurt, pain, rejection, fear? Did you learn how to process panic attacks, anxiety? Did you learn how to do that? How do you heal? How do you heal emotionally now? See, we didn't do this before. We covered up. That's what we got towels for in reverse all the time, because we didn't learn how to do that. Will we learn how to do it now? Are we gonna have another reverse tower on top of the ones we already got? How you want to heal? How you want to deal with that? That's amazing. What energy is coming forward? What's coming next? Everything we just been talking about, dealing with water energy, sadness, pain, feeling unloved, feeling hurt, feeling like you can't cope, dealing with the tremors, dealing with the aftermath of the earthquake, dealing with the shocks, dealing with that. How do you emotionally deal with this? How do you not make this situation another trauma? How do you get past the trauma? I think that is why I'm not trying to brag right now at all. I'm not that kind of person. But I tell you the truth. I have counseled every single day, multiple times. Clients is coming for 30-minute sessions, 60-minute sessions, just to get clarity, counsel, healing, therapy. Advisors are very important right now. Do not have so much of an ego that you can't get that help with the process, progress, and transition of this life that we are in. Because if you don't know how to self-heal, and even those who know how to self-heal, you need another perspective to hear it, just to see if you're matching. Iron sharpen iron. Okay, done with that. More, sadness. I got sadness here. I got pain here. Moments of feeling unloved. I got us digressing and dealing with the aftermath emotionally. What else I see? What else? Let's see. Okay. I see us moving too fast to get, I see us trying to get back to the old life. That's going to be unsuccessful for everybody. Unsuccessful will not happen. You can't go back, you got to start new. You cannot go back, you got to start new. All right? So let's get to this question. Will this virus return? I hope that's the way I said it earlier. I'm a in the moment type of chick. You can't catch me in a moment, and I'm gone to the next thing. Let's see. You can't go back, okay? I just saw the phoenix. I just saw ashes. I just saw the fire. You can't go back. Yeah. No, you gotta go forward. You gotta do something new based on your new creature, your new self, your new intentions. You gotta go forward. Can't go back. You can't go back to complain. Can't go back to blame. You can't go back to the way things was. You and yours has been touched. Accept it. Learn a way to survive. Learn a way to cope. Learn a way to release and heal. And prepare for the newness. But beware of a return. And I'm going to get confirmation on that return. I just heard that song, How Do You Breathe? Is it breathe or feel? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Will the virus return? Will the virus return? Will the virus return? It's amazing that we have to even ask, will it return? And we know that it's no vaccine, there's no cure. Why would I even have to ask that? So that lets me know that it's a decepting spirit going on. Because it's not gone. It's not gone anywhere. The people thought that those demons were gone too. Look at that story. You'll be amazed. Yeah, the people thought that the demons was gone too. They was far off. They was over the cliff. They were gone. They were in a swine, but the swine died. They continued. It's a spirit. Oh, and just sneak right back up on you. Will this virus return? I'm going to ask it that way regardless because it tells me it's leaving. No, it tells me it's taking a rest. Yes and yes. Yes and yes. I gotta return. I gotta return. I gotta return. And also have us being able to prevent it. I don't know what that means. You don't have to be here, or it don't have to be like last time. We have some options. Leadership must do their part. It's almost like it's returning, but you could prevent it. It could be prevented. It can be prevented, or it can be lessened. And strength it doesn't have to happen. Now, this is a moment right here. Will the virus return? I got yes. I got yes. I got the Knight of Pentacles. I got the Three of Cups. I got yes. It's coming back. It's coming back like last time with the Six of Cups. Yes, yes, and yes. But the Star in reverse is telling me that it's not meant to. Is this done on purpose? Is this created? Or is this lack of prevention? Is this the lack of not getting a cure? Is this us not taking care of our part? Or it's not intended to happen, but it's allowed because it is done on purpose? Okay, so watch and pray. Watch and pray. I see some big changes coming up in Leo season. Changes of it ending, hearing that it ends. I don't know what type of rest that it takes. I see some type of rest coming up in Leo season. But at the same time, I see it coming back. And it's because of some type of lack, or it's something to do with us. It's not set up to come back. It doesn't look like it's purpose to come back, like it's destined to come back. It looks like it comes back, but it didn't have to. And that usually means that it's something that we did to provoke it, something that we didn't do, did or didn't do, or we doing it to ourselves on purpose. Okay, so continue to watch and pray for these things, and continue to write down your own visions and dreams, and watch, pray, and prepare, and stay as safe as we possibly can. Um, we don't have a choice, no way, right? Okay, so I'll be back and do a part 4 very soon. Bye bye.